Welcome back to Northern Thunder Drag Race here in Kirkland Lake. This is their first race event of the summer, and I'm here to do some test and tune and maybe some racing. First, I'm going to be testing out my new transmission with my upgraded torque converter. I made some front end suspension adjustments, and I'm still tuning the six-pack. So let's go do some test and tune. I got quite a few runs in. I'm not going to be able to show them all to you, but I'll show you the relative ones, and I'll try to mix up the video a bit to keep it interesting. So right now, it's test and tune, heads up, and I think I'll show you the G-Tech on this one. Well, it's not bad. 1/6 foot. I think it's spun. 7.086. That's pretty good. 103.6 for the miles an hour. Private Fantasy. He's been around a while, and I've always wanted to race him. So this is pretty cool. I get to line up and race heads up. I'm not sure, but it feels like the driver's wheel came off the ground. Well, I'm working on my reaction time, and 0.20 is pretty good. 1/5 foot, 691. That's pretty good. 102. Up next is this green Camaro. She's been racing for a while. She's pretty good on the light. And I think she's running the same ET as I am. So this will be heads up and be pretty cool. Yes, like I was saying, her reaction time is pretty good with a 0.85 against my 0.93. I picked up better on my 60 foot of the 1.4, 697. That's pretty good at 103. Up next is this black, sinister looking modern day Camaro. And this car is boasting 1,000 horsepower. This will be a heads-up race. The only chance I have is to cut a good light and to get out on them and stay in front. Wow, did he ever come by me? Yeah, he's pretty fast, but he was sleeping a little bit. That gave me a head start. He got a 1.4 60 foot, 6.7 at 118. Yeah, he was moving. I'm still in the ballpark of 690s. So we have to give credit where credit is due. New Camaro, 1,000 horsepower. I'm going to take a minute and watch him run. .606. Yeah, that's pretty fast, almost in the fives for a street car. And let's not forget our Mopar. This is Brian Lincolnfilter in his beautiful 68 Cuda. Let's watch him run. Well, I went back to the pits and I readjusted my tire pressure. I keep dropping it 2 pounds at a time and I ended up at 14.8. Now I'm going back up for my last test and tune pass. This time I'll show you my fast AFR. Well, would you look at that? 1.360 foot, 694. That's pretty good. So round one, I'm up against this black, beautiful, I believe it's a Grand National, He red lit and I broke out. I dialed in 691. I ran a 6843 with a 1.3 60 foot. So that's my quickest time so far. But I also raced them heads up in test and tune, and I got a 688 with a 1.3 60 foot. So I'm on the second round, and this is pretty cool. It's a 68 Plymouth Valiant, and he's pretty quick. I was sleeping on the tree and he got way out on me and pedaled it at the end. I don't know what happened there. I gotta buy back. This is really cool. It's a mid-80s square body and he's running a 572. He's a part of a family racing team. Father, son, and wife. They all race. So this is pretty cool. I always wanted to line up against them. That was the first time I ever had to pedal it. I thought I was going to break out. And lucky enough, I ended up winning. Brian Lincoln Filters Cuda. And his car seems angry. Look out. I almost pedaled it on that one, but I didn't, so I broke out. But if you look at the reaction times, mine's 0.42 against Brian's 0.41, and Brian dialed in at 6280 and ran a 6284. That's pretty much perfect. Brian has probably won more races than I've been down the track. So it was pretty cool to race him, and so close of a race. Thanks, Brian, for the new race transmission. Best mile an hour at 103.6. Best 60 foot at 1318. And best ET at 6843. And still running rich.
Semi-pro second place, Andrew Hayter.
Oh, hey, Andrew, good girl. There we go, Cuda.
Yeah.
Cuda. My card.
There you go. Well, thank you very much. Hey.